I figure out how to do this. You guys give me some feedback and stuff. If I open this to see the chat and stuff, are you guys gonna see that? I think you are. So how does this work? How does YouTube work? I see all the chat and stuff going on. We're gonna stick with the film and go through the first team. So what? 2 drives on defense, 2 drives on offense, and just see what we can see. There's a couple plays that I wanna, like the sack that Joe Burrow took. What happened? What the film look like? What was going on downfield? Bengals come out right away in their 3-4 defense, which is fun to see because it's something we've been talking about all offseason. Dexter right at the nose, Jonathan Allen over here at 3 tech, and even TJ Slayton over there. That looks like, yeah, it is Slayton. So good to see him out there because they've been rotating him with the 2s, and I think making sure he gets enough snaps in practice. But sometimes that's Chris Jenkins. It's good to see that it's Slayton, that they understand. Although different type, Slayton and Jenkins, you put your best players out there, and that's definitely Slayton. Okay, let's see from the first play here. What play action pass? That's right. I remember now. Okay, so we get to play action. Running back's going to come out there. Kyle Duggar here is going to come up, make this tackle. I'm just seeing what else is going on, as it's really a 2-man route for the Lions. Got this guy going here, and I'm assuming this guy's going to cross over. Like I said, this is my first time watching this film, so everything looks right here. Everything looks good. Everyone's covered. And Duggar just comes up and makes a good play. I want to go back a little bit and see where Duggar came from because I didn't see where he lined up before the play. Okay, so he's at this safety spot. Top of the screen. I'll let it play now and not stop it. Although my frames per second don't look too great here. We'll take it. My stream wasn't great last night on NFL Plus. I don't know if you guys are watching it or if you're local or watching it on Bengals.com. But mine kept skipping, and I was getting real. Man, they must have upgraded the cameras at Paycor. This is HD. There's times I'm going to ask them if they upgraded the cameras. This looks really crisp for me. Last year was not. Right away, who's the first guy knowing what's going on here? Demetrius Knight. I like to see that. I like to see the communication. The only guy really falling for it. And falling is maybe too harsh because at times, I mean, linebacker, if they have to get over there, they got to be aggressive with it, right? And they're really trying to sell this. But I like that Knight pointed it out, said, hey, you got to stay home on the backside. And then you see Carter adjust when then Knight picks up the front side, like, hey, if anything's happening, I got it over there. And Duggar's over there quick. Mafe reacts quickly. Good tackle by Kyle Duggar. That's what we like to see. If you're just jumping in because I put the tweet out there, this is a test run. I'd like to watch film every day every morning, every afternoon, whenever we get it. We got it very early today. I want to watch the entirety of the film, or at least sometimes it's a long stream. It could take my whole morning, or a long process. Sometimes I spend 2 hours on a Monday watching film. Or it could be, hey, let's watch the offense. Like it's a conversation about the offense, and we're just going to watch that on a Monday after they struggled or did really well. All right. Immediately, we're in nickel package on the second play. So give you an idea of how this works. Dexter Lawrence here, Jonathan Allen here, Murphy, Mafe, and then just Sear Taylor coming into the slot. We did not see Jalen Davis, although he was dressed. I want to say this ends up being a decent run, right? Yeah, so Lawrence is the focus here for us. On this play, Lawrence gets high, loses his pad level, and then gets walked back a little bit. So our new guy here on defense, he's not above this. Like this does happen on film. For as great as he is, there are times he can play with a high pad level. He is 6'5". So while that gives him advantages in terms of length and power, and overall size, he can carry 350 pounds and not look like he's disgusting. It comes with pad level. We talk to kids all the time that are taller. Pad level, get low. Some guys can't help it because they're 6'5". So you'll see Lawrence here, he's still facing the wrong way, right? Still not getting involved in that play at all. This is going to be a negative play for him. I'm sure on the film review, they're going to talk to him and tell him, you got to stay low. They do dive inside here. So we'll watch the linebackers when we flip it around. And see the attack point here. And because I can't tell if the running back's tacking a gap and then cuts it back. But watch Demetrius Knight on the left side here. Let's see how he really attacks inside right off the snap. And this just leaves a complete open gap. If that's part of the task, like he's got this gap, then you need this safety in here. quickly. This needs to get in there very fast. You need to insert and fill that. And Mafe almost gets over there as well. So I want to go back real quick. Watch Boye Mafe on the one side. Because at first I thought that was a tight end, but now I see it. Yeah, good job there. I mean, ends up making this is a 7-yard run, so you don't want that. But Mafe did a really good job getting off the block and then hitting the running back in the hole. He just needs somebody else there to help. And Lawrence is supposed to be a little more stout, so it shouldn't be just him the running back running full speed and getting there. Okay, next play, we're back in nickel again. Still our ends are standing up. Motion here. Bringing, who's that? Ivy out there, DJ Turner, Jasir Taylor. This ball gets hit to the running backs right away. It looks like because we have man coverage. Man coverage, and you see you've got this traffic right here. This quarterback already knows where he's going with it because as Knight's like, hey, that way. These linebackers like communicate on every single play. That's why I keep pointing it out. Carter, I'm sorry. Knight's got to knife through and get to this running back on the swing pass because when you got man coverage like that, look at Duggar. Duggar's coming across to get, I would assume this is the tight end here. Really leaves this wide open. If Knight even gets knocked off course at all right here, you hit this swing pass and this running back is just screaming down the sideline. So man coverage, expect this ball to come out quickly, and you better get through this traffic really quickly, Demetrius Knight. And I think he does a good job and gets that one hand on him. He gets carried a little bit after that, but he doesn't straight up miss this tackle. You would like a better form tackle, but I think this is a good play for him, especially when you consider he's got to get through the traffic here. Right there. Gets through it. I want to see if anyone gets a pass rush before we leave some of these starters because I think this might be the last time we see Lawrence and Allen. So first Lawrence at the nose here. Double team. Not much to say. Now let's go to Allen at the left defensive tackle spot. Left. No, he's locked up pretty well there. And then let's see Mafe, although I do think Mafe continues to play. I got a little long arm there. Create some separation right there. Yeah, I like that. That's how you want it to look there. Although he's not really using this for power. Like if you remember Carl Lawson, he'll really lean into that for power and try and displace him. What he's trying to do is create the separation here. So if the guy punches his arms again, you can chop it or whatever, and you can really turn this corner. So let's see if he does that. No, he goes up for the ball, which makes sense. And then Murphy's got a tight end on his side and stuff, so he's not going to get in on that play. We're not going to evaluate that. And now the backups start getting rotated in. And we've got TJ Slayton here, but we also have Chris Jenkins and McKinley Jackson. Interestingly enough, that they slide these D tackles this way. We do have two tight ends over here, so maybe they're like, okay, slide them down. And it ends up putting McKinley Jackson at the nose spot, Mafe over here as a strong side guy, and Murphy on the side. So under center, and this is what they call Chris Jenkins as offsides. He's just a little bit early. But I like the get off by TJ Slayton, huh? Let's watch Slayton at nose. First guy off. Oh, yeah. And pushes that center a little bit until he gets tripped up and falls. Something happens there. We'll see it from the other angle. Deep ball caught. Big gain here. I want to see what happens in coverage, actually, before we move on. So we got two receivers on this side. Two corners here. Definitely zone. We got a cover 3 scenario. So whenever you get that, and this guy's running DJ Turner out there, the next likely route combo on this is this guy running a corner route. And I think Jasir Taylor, seeing this, is going to come back and try and help. I don't even know that that's his responsibility. You would think that you've got basically 3 guys here. And with this running back or tight end, whoever's coming this way, Taylor would get on this. But let's see. Taylor does recognize what the route combo is. I mean, these guys all have depth. So maybe he's just trying to gain the same depth that they are. Good catch. I want to see what happened to TJ Slayton then. And how he ended up on the ground here against 73. Mahogany. It is Christian Mahogany. I don't know what happened there. Let's go back again. Oh, the center came over and gave him a shot, huh? Seth McLaughlin. Okay, Seth. All right, let's watch Murphy over here. Murphy gets a pressure on the quarterback, right side. Reading run first, right? That's why he attacks that way. Fakes a little outside, and swim moves him. That's a nice move, Miles Murphy. Okay, let's see if I can get it without some jittering. Yeah, the screen's still messing up for me. Gotta figure out how I can see this chat. I can put it on another screen. Why didn't I think about that already? No? Is it not letting me? All my stuff. Okay. Whatever. I'll figure it out another time. But I definitely can put the chat on another screen. In the future, though, if you're watching on YouTube, there is a membership option. I am going to do the long form film review as a members only video. These are things I do on Twitter for subscribers. If that turns you off, I understand. I got to make a living trying to do this. And I usually watch film and then just cut clips and post them to YouTube, or I'm sorry, to Twitter subscriptions. And like all day Monday morning and Tuesday sometimes it's just film review clips of players, or I'll package them together. And this is Dax Hill, right? It's player spotlight, Dax Hill, from a game against whoever. I plan on streaming every day after games, the entirety, recording this, and then cutting it up to make the Bengals on the Brain episode. So you won't miss anything if you don't subscribe. That is okay. I understand it's not for everyone. But yeah, that's how it's going to go. Here's the turnover. Here we go. Okay, nickel package. Duggar looked like he was coming down in the box here. He's obviously rotating, and we're going to get Jordan Battle to come down instead. Although he does playing here. Maybe it's just a cover two. So DJ Turner, outside release for Isaac Tisla. Nice. Honestly, good job crossing his face. Just that ball right off the face. I don't think DJ Turner gets credit for a pass deflection on that play at all. When I saw the replay on TV, looked like it went right through Tisla's hands. Can you guys even see me, actually? I'm all messed up. First time streaming. I'll get it together. It's preseason for everyone. I want to watch Knight here, though, and see how quickly Knight reacts to what's going on here in turns and runs for this line. Very similar, like Battle's got a lot of experience, so we can watch them together. Watch Knight and Battle once they get here, okay? Once they plant and see what's happening very quick. So I like to see that Jordan Battle making the play, as he has tended to do. I want to check one more time for the stream, because now that I think about it, I can move it over here. I know where it is now. Oh, is that ugly? Is that ugly for what's going on here? Did I mess it all up? I may have. Oh. Let's figure this out here. I'm sure I just messed it up, huh? It created a lot of screens. How did I do that? Did that fix it? All right, let's see. Preseason. Does seem like the screen is offset. I am checking the stream now. I can actually see what you guys see now. Forgive me. Work with me. Work with me here. We'll figure it out together. Yeah, morning coffee. I already had my coffee, by the way. I can see your chats now here, which is nice. Is it full screen? Can't see the bottom of my screen. Okay. Got it. I see there's like a few inches at least that's not in the bottom of the screen. Right side cut off as well. Okay. I got you. Got you. Let's see here. If I make this screen smaller, if that helps. I'm now caught up on the real stream, so I can just put it like this, and I, for now, temporary, until I figure out how to actually get it in there fully for you guys. And is there an echo? Someone says there's an echo. All things I'm going to figure out. I'm going to watch the film, review the film. Okay, no echo for you. Thank you. I appreciate that. So maybe it's just one guy. You could be watching on 2 devices. That will do. Okay. Thank you, boys. I appreciate you. Del Roth, that's always in the streams, longtime supporter. I trust him when he says no echo. We'll go from here now. Offense on the field. Sound good, boys and girls? We're under center right away. Chase Brown in there. 2 safeties back. Like even in preseason. Even under center with extra tight ends, the Lions are like, nope. 2 deep safeties. So that's what you see there. If you don't watch film with me normally, we talk about this all the time, that even when the Bengals look like they're going to run the ball, defenses do not respect it. They don't show anything. They don't say, like, hey, we're going to bring this extra guy down like a normal team. If this was the Ravens with Derrick Henry and Lamar Jackson, they'd bring this safety down. And the Bengals just do not get it. So we're going to run it into a light box, which we should. If they're going to keep 2 safeties back, fine. May want to get the URL off. Oh, you're killing me here. Now you're killing me. See, you're messing me up. How do I take it off? It's just the Pro, NFL Pro. What's the matter? Right? Is it like unique to me? Nah, whatever. F11, that window. Thank you. Well, that just makes it full screen. We were trying to avoid the full screen. Because people can't see the bottom of the screen. All right. Let's continue. So we want to run the ball with 2 deep safeties. Nothing wrong with that. Get Chase Brown full speed into a linebacker and picks up 5 yards on this. Yeah, right. When comment here, when they show the run, there's defenses are still scared. Why was that ref on the ground? What in the hell? Tripped over Dylan Fairchild. You know, I like to clip when refs do funny things. I can't believe we got one already. Okay. Even Burrow checks and gives him the thumb up. He's smiling. Burrow's like, you good? You good? We're good. All right, let's start it. Motion with Cam Grandy out there. And then we're going to hit this right here, right? We're going to hit this hole right here, so I want to see. Okay, so Drew Sample's coming against the grain. This is something the Bengals really added lately to the run game was, you know, we saw a lot of this. Eric All coming against the grain. The Bengals wanted to really lean on that in 2024. And a lot of the runs went that side, and now they go opposite of that in a lot of ways. They've also started to attack it too. I mean, like they have got more balance is what I want to say, because they do a lot more things. But let's watch here. Looks like Ted Karras and Dalton Reisner really taking care of that nose, driving him back, and getting him out of there. Ideally, Reisner's able to give this guy to Karras completely. I think Karras is trying to get to the linebacker. The linebacker takes really shadows the running back really well. Goes inside of that. Chase Brown just puts his head down, picks up 5. We'll take 5 yards on first down all day long. Back under center. 3 wide receivers this time. So let's see if the Lions adjust. And they do have a safety up. They did bring this guy up this time. Walked him up. That's great. Is the safety rotated that way? That's what we're looking for. That's what we want to see. That's how we can get a play action pass out of it. Press, maybe? Nope. Okay, he's walking out of that. And there's the play action. Not really, in my opinion, sold by the O-line. Like, they, to me, look like they're still pass protecting, which is fine. We got 3 guys in the route here. Let's see where they go and what they do. As the first guy, is this Yoshi? Did he come in motion? Kind of takes the safety with him. Going to draw the linebacker just slightly. What that's going to do is open up the next window behind him as Jamar deep dig into it, right? We remember this, the big play to Jamar. Great pocket, great window to throw, and you hit Jamar Chase on a 16-yard pass. 20 is considered explosive for passing, 15 for run, but I think a 16-yard pass is very nice to see right away. I liked it's nice we get a different angle because the broadcast was from the other side. And some people made comments when I posted the clip that this is a terrible fake. Chase Brown was going this way, guys. He saw what's happening here and he breaks off right away. This is an A+ job by Chase Brown. Joe Burrow doesn't change it and try to fake. The fake really isn't what sells it. What sells it to linebackers, because the idea is we're getting linebackers up, we're creating a void between them and the safety, because there's a safety here, and we're going to attack this middle area. We're not trying to, in Madden, you get the other safety to scream up and then we throw it deep. That almost never happens to get that safety to react that way. What you're really trying to do is attack and widen the void between linebacker and safety. And what the linebackers are reading a lot of times is the O-line. Their first read is O-line. They will peek and see the quarterback given the play fake. They're not really watching that running back until you have your vision, but you got your reads and your keys first. You do see everything. It can have an effect on you. But my point is if I can go back actually. So let's watch Mims here take a horizontal step and go and attack this guy. And they're doubling here. That sells more of a run than the play fake does for the linebackers. And watch 53. So 53 right away stepped up and said, oh, it's a run play. And then if you watch him, right there, he realizes, oh, it's a pass. But look at what point he realized. It wasn't when Chase Brown broke it off. It's not the fake. It's nothing like that. It's the action of, oh, this is actually a pass set. Let me drop back now. And as Burrow is looking this way, he's trying to move this guy. He wants to get this linebacker to react because he knows he wants to attack that hole. But he can't, that window. He can't if that linebacker is there. So if we can move this linebacker just a bit, so keep your eyes on him just a little bit longer. Burrow is now adjusted. I would say his angle was this way, and now his angle is more this way as Yoshi comes across. And he could be reading 1 and then 2 here. But Burrow seems very deliberate with his eyes, years of watching film, right? And as soon as he got this guy to move, so this linebacker went from here to here. And as soon as he got him to move, Burrow snapped and threw the ball. He processes very quickly. He's always seen things very quickly. And there comes the ball out. And man, that just goes over the hand. You had to move that guy a little bit. If you don't move him, you end up throwing this right to the linebacker. So that's part of, there's been times, like if you remember the play action interception, Patrick Queen versus the Ravens. I wish I had like all these just like in a file and I can hit the button and show you what I'm talking about. Burrow not moving that linebacker, pulling his head up and just ripping it, right? Throwing that ball. You see more, you're looking for these things in evolution for Burrow. You know what I can do? I can create like a banner or something and put it over the top that overlays, if I'm supposed to hide the URL, which I don't even know why it would. But if I do have to, I can just create a banner up there, like a Bengals on the brain overlay and put that in OBS Studio or something, right? People saying I'm up early. Alt click the top of the window on the source for OBS. Also something you can do, yeah. And drag it down. That'll cut that part out. Okay. Maybe I'll get there. Or people saying I'm up early. Yes, I don't work nights anymore. Which actually, it's been 2 months. What, June like 20th was my last day. I feel great. You don't think third shift affects you? It affects you. No, I think people know it does. I'm talking to myself here. But as someone who did it for such a long time, you got used to it. I thought it was just normal, the way I was feeling, forgetting names, being fuzzy. And I was like, I'm getting older. That's what it is. But I am feeling crisper already after 2 months. Okay, Burrow under center again. We're just spamming this thing. Yoshi goes in motion. Burrow's killing it right there. Kill, kill, kill. And I wonder why, right? If we're saying, what is he looking at? Maybe it's because 2 deep safeties. So let's run the ball. Maybe this was a play action pass again. Maybe it was a different play completely. No, different run play. I should have said there. This looks like very similar to what we just ran. We get Karras and Mims to the second level. Drew Sample's falling down. Chase Brown picks up 4 yards. Houday. That's right. Houday, boys and girls. Boys and girls. It's a show for all. That's like Maui. All right, there's the kill, kill, kill. Sample steps off the line. Make sure his receiver moves up. Sample, very smart player. Okay, really showing outside zone type running here. Everyone's stepping more horizontally. Drew Sample coming across, I assume, to get the defensive end. So again, like I said, very similar to the run we just had. If it's a wide zone, this guy's got outside. You go to your next read here, which is this defensive tackle. If he gets outside, we're going to go to the next hole. So let's see if we can get it really quickly. Yep. I think he's already off of that, already off of this, and he wants to cut against the grain completely. So 1, 2, 3. If the helmets are on that side, we're cutting back. He has to avoid a little bit there. Let's watch Ted Karras, actually. Let's watch Karras get to the linebacker. Can he get to 45? No, 45 dips around him. Is that Devin White? Devin White used to wear 45. Devin White's made a couple nice run plays. Is that Devin White? Former Bucks, LSU? I didn't know if he was with, but he wore 45 before, and his last name's White. It says D White down here. Potentially. Okay. And then Mims is going to go up and try and get 53. Let me know if that's Devin White. Mims does get a hand right to the face of that linebacker. Watch Mims. I don't watch Sample come across. This is all evaluation. That's why I love preseason. It's not about what happened. It's about how it happened. Okay, that was actually, I saw Sample on the ground. I was too harsh. He did get his guy down. Devin White, though, at the tackle made Ted Karras miss. Got a comment here from Sincerest Leader, and it's a nice comment, so that's why I stopped. Big fan of your work, Joe. I've been following you since around 2015. Appreciate all your work. 2015. Seems like that was a long time ago. 11 years. I appreciate it, buddy. It was a long time ago. All right, we're under center. 2 tight ends down at the bottom, 2 wide receivers at the top. This is when Burrow takes the sack. So here's the sack play. Okay, there we go. It is Devin White. Thank you, Delroth. Okay, this is what I thought happened. So when Jake and I, we watched this play before we went and did our Lockdown Bengals last night. So if you're looking for a full picture of everything, check out Lockdown Bengals. I get questions a lot. I'll wake up and I'll check Twitter. And there's a lot of questions about that. What did you think of this guy? What did you think of that guy? Number 1, didn't watch film yet. Number 2, we did talk about a lot of the things you have asked. And sometimes I repeat it because I like interacting with you guys and talking on Twitter. I take pride in interacting with the community as much as possible. Not throw shade at some of the other talking people in the Bengals space that don't interact. I like to interact. But sometimes I'm like, hey, we did a show on that. We talked about that in depth. And I may send people that way. But what I thought was, Okay, they've only got 3 guys in coverage based on how many guys are up here. We could see that, right? The TV screen cut us off here. There's only 3 guys in coverage, which means one of the Bengals receivers should be one-on-one. T. Higgins or Jamar Chase. How does this ball not get thrown? And I said to Jake, well, if they're in the exact same area, by the time Burrow's ready to throw, he hits his back foot there. If they're in the same area, you're not getting that advantage. So let's see the route a little bit more here. I want to go back and see. Oh, so they are going to the same area. So you're killing your advantage here. This is Zach Taylor, or unless somebody ran the wrong route. Like, you have an entire open field here. Why isn't Jamar like just making this guy chase him? Let's throw this thing up. Instead, the one safety is now over top of both guys because we're going to the outside. And even then, Burrow, like, can we trust to throw this? You can't, because you would have to lob it. So if Burrow was like, you know what? I'm just going to take Jamar's the one-on-one here because he's a shorter. But if I lob it, this safety can get there and make that play. So that's why this sack happens. This makes a ton of sense now. It wasn't that guys aren't open. You have a one-on-one. You just killed the one-on-one advantage here. Like, break it off right now. Bang. Let's go. Get that ball out. Get Jamar Chase one-on-one with us, and maybe that safety can make a play. Let's see if this guy can make a tackle. Right? This corner here, I tried to circle him. That was terrible. I'm getting amped up. Let's make this corner tackle Jamar one-on-one. If you catch him in stride across the middle, bang. What are we doing? Why are they both stemming that way into the same spot? And Chase Brown ultimately here is going to release this way. So we've got this, and we've got this. We're just cutting the field in half for Joe Burrow. Why? Remember the Madden vision cone? Joe Burrows is like this. We're treating him like he's got Josh Allen vision cone. That's a shot. Josh Allen with the number 1 decision making. Is he supposed to roll out? No, I wouldn't say he is, because typically a rollout play action, watch how he goes straight back and then settles straight back. A rollout would look more like a wide zone play. The rollouts happen, and we start seeing them more as the running back attacks this way. You're going to fake this way and then roll. Or it would be the other way. If you were to roll, you would fake this way and then roll this way. You could have like a sliding pocket where everyone's going this way, but then the pocket you would see would go with Joe Burrow. So no, this is supposed to be a straight drop back, 7-step, bang. You're right here. You're supposed to be throwing now. This ball's supposed to come out right now. And Jamar's got this guy trailing. Like, this is what you want. So this sucks. Right. He even hit, right? Like, this is all the comments here. It's foul. This is bad. This is not good. So if the Bengals are going to get better at play action, like, I just wonder how much freedom Jamar has, because these receivers have a lot of freedom. And the way Burrow just doesn't throw this, not that a guy's open, but to me, once Chase Brown gets here, if you really want to just lay it up and not get sacked, throw it like right here. Maybe Chase Brown doesn't even get to it. But it's okay. You're not taking a 6-yard loss on a sack. 9-yard. I'm looking at the bottom. 9-yard loss on a sack. You don't want that. That sucks. But I wonder, my point, I wonder if how much freedom Jamar has here based on what the safety does. If the safety stays right here, maybe Jamar's like, oh yeah, easy. Bang, I'll go outside. Let T run that safety deep. I'm going outside. We've got a huge sideline throw here, because this is a very similar play to Titans playoff game, but Jamar's out wide, and that's 2-man trail. So you got a safety directly over top. Jamar releases inside just like this, gets that safety to go, or gets that corner to trail him, and then as he breaks out, Joe hits him in the sideline. You know what play I'm talking about? So this is very similar. As I'm looking at it, maybe it's not like Jamar shouldn't be the focus here. Maybe T is supposed to take that safety. Maybe T is supposed to break inside. I've got a lot of questions, and so I'll give you guys a story. I have streamed before in the past and done film, and when I do, I'll get a DM. Not every time. I have gotten a DM from people who would know, let's just say that, and say, actually, it's this guy fucking up. And I like that. Excuse my language. I do swear in real life a lot. So maybe T should take the safety with him. And then Jamar bang. I mean, that'd be open all day too. But either way, it can't end up with both guys running in the same direction with one single high safety. You took away your one-on-one advantage here for one of these receivers. Should have gotten it. Let's see if I can see any reaction from the receivers. Sometimes you can tell after a play the way they react. They may, you might see one of them clap like, I misread that, or point to the other one. Right. It looks like somebody is on a wrong route because why would you design it that way? Good. To me, this is good protection because the ball should be coming out at this time. If you watch this guy, he's going to hit Reisner and then loop inside as I think the linebacker is going to loop this way. So it's a good scheme up pass rush here in this situation. Reisner going to try to follow him. You can't follow the guy multiple gaps over. That ball should be out. I didn't see Burrow. He did pump this at some point. He was going to go to Chase Brown. Brown's getting locked up here. They'll talk about that play a bunch, I bet. I appreciate that some of you are okay with the swearing because it will come out. I'm not allowed to swear on Lockdown Bengals. I wasn't allowed to swear on First Star. So, oh, we're going vertical on everything. That's right. Because he's just going to quickly get this thing down to Samaje Perine. That's why it's hard to take a sack. That's why play action on second down can be tough because you cannot take a sack there because it puts you in third and long, which the conversion rate in third and long is crazy low. So you're basically killing your drive on second down by taking a sack. And because that's a 7-step drop, that's a 9-yard sack. That's not a 3, 4, 5-yard sack. That's a 9-yard sack. If it's a play where it's let's see Orlando Brown Jr. He threw his guy down, huh? We don't get too many chances to because we'll complain about him in a little bit here. Oh, gave him a little fake punch. And dude, that's not an NFL player. Sometimes the player evaluation is just how athletic is that dude? Yeah, good call. I'm looking for the first down play action shots. Hey, you guys want to watch special teams? I could skip over it, but why not? We'll get right to the defense afterwards. I want to watch DJ Ivy on the gunner. Oh, the other gunner got absolutely thrown out of bounds and not thrown, but like gets pushed out of there. I wonder, can you tell who it is at the top of the screen? Let's see here. Looks like a 3 number. Dejon Anthony. Maybe we'll see it later. But that's DJ Ivy down at the bottom, which is good for him, making the team. Let's see if I can see who that is up there. It was 33. So it is Dejon Anthony up top. Interesting. Tanner Hudson, Joe Giles Harris, Kyle Duggar's the up man. 36, is that? Kendall Milton. Just trying to see who's all out there. It's a good indication for starters on special teams. You could watch, yeah, if you're a big special teams fan, because I agree with you. Comments here. Stringer, I think your name is. Stranger, could be Stranger, could be Stringer. Stranger. You can watch all the special teams plays from one game in a matter of 4 minutes, and it's nice to get a good evaluation. Like last year, I enjoyed Shaka Hayward, Joe Giles Harris, PJ Jules, Oren Burke's really good on special teams. All right, so we're starting to get some backups in here still, right? This is our first look at Landon Robinson. I want to say this is McKinley Jackson, but actually that stance looks like TJ Slayton. So we'll see when we get there. Motion, Josh Newton's out here. Run play. Okay, that's the play where Miles Murphy gets into the backfield. So I definitely want to see that. And it's a missed. It should have been a tackle for like 3-yard loss or so. Question here. You think Kyle Duggar, what if I click on these? Will these come up? Can I like put it in? No. Okay, that's just for moderation. I think Kyle Duggar will provide a lot for special teams. I do think Kyle Duggar will be out there for a lot in special teams. Comment, Seth McLaughlin, center here for the Lions was on the Bengals last year. Looked okay last night. The guards were getting cooked next to him, though. Not sure if how much of that was because of center. We'll find out. Myles Murphy, left side here. Myles Murphy's going to get into the backfield and cause the running back to at least cut off of him and away from him. Let's see what Myles does as the motion comes through. Oh, they left him unblocked. That's why. Okay. So they're pulling the right guard over to get Murphy. Murphy, I think, sees it already. You can see he's looking inside completely. So he knows he's going to have to take on this contact. That was a thing they praised him for last year about how much more physical he got last year. So you're going to take this thing and set that. And when he does, he sets it with an outside angle too. So he can still make a play here if the run is supposed to go outside. If this run's supposed to go here, Murphy has stayed to the outside and has allowed himself position to make a play. And you see Knight's coming over as well. Carter's coming because this run is supposed to go this way. So it's a very nice play by Myles Murphy right there. I'd love for him to finish, get a tackle for 4-yard loss. That would be great. Defensive linemen are not great tacklers. We know this. Be nice if he made that tackle. Now I want to go back though, because who is this here? Chris Jenkins? This defensive tackle here. Oh yeah. Stack, peek, shed. Eyes on it the whole way. Chris Jenkins had a night. He had a very good night. I want to watch Boye Mafe while we're here. He gets a tight end. Yep. Easy. Good job, Mafe. I thought Mafe played well on 2 run defense snaps there where he got off his guy quickly, easily. If he's going to give you that, it's more than what you're getting from Trey Hendrickson, right, in run defense. Play action. Looks like Battle. I was wondering where Battle went. There he is. He's coming down onto the slot down here. And it's a screen pass. That's what's going on. That's why it's aggressively run like that. They're really trying to make it look like they're going to take a deep shot and bring the linebackers up, pull the safeties back, and then hit the screen pass. There was a holding play, I want to say, on Christian Mahogany, left guard here. Let's see how that goes. Everyone's reading run. Oh, who ends up on the ground? Who's this side? Murphy? Let's watch Murphy on the right side here. He's going to dip in. He gets tripped. That's TJ Slayton out there. Who comes over to make this tackle? Mafe. Let's go back to Mafe. Mafe tracking this down all the way from the left side here. Watch Mafe left side. A couple nice hustle plays for him. Yeah, rips off him. Flows with the play. Doesn't let that lineman get to him either. And helps make the tackle. Hey, I didn't have any notes on Boye Mafe watching live. I didn't notice him on a lot of these. But that's why the film is important. We can sometimes elevate some guys. We can sometimes focus and realize, yeah, this is not a great game. But for Mafe, he's standing out in a positive way here. Get to some of these comments here. Let my mind reset. Get a drink. Do you guys want to see me on the screen? I think that is a thing I can do in the future. Or is it cool just my voice? I'm dressed. Like, I could have my shirt off if we're not going to put myself on here. Murphy looks quick those last 2 snaps. Yeah, even the one where he trips over, right? He looks like he jumped through there pretty nicely. Oh, 76 is Blake Miller. Good call. I did not put that together. Clemson, right tackle. Probably the best O-line out there. Both the right tackle and I think the left tackle is Larry Borum, who's played a lot in the league. Oh, and eligible downfield 71. That might have been right. I think that was right. I didn't read what it said at the bottom, but it typically will tell me. Okay, we're going to keep it moving now. Whatever you want, man. Thanks, guys. I just ask people what they want, you know? All right. Battle stepped up on this tight end down here. Little outside route. Now the quarterback's already coming off it, looking left side. No one really open there. So good job overall. Coverage overall, really good. Everyone looks real sticky on this. I'm going to watch it again because the quarterback first looked down here because he thought he was going to get maybe an easy route if the safety doesn't step up. Watch quarterback look right first. Right there to see, am I going to get this linebacker or this tight end against the safety? No. Coming back here where I've got 3 options. Sticky, sticky, sticky. All 3. He tries to fit one in there. Nothing happening. It's this one's actually tipped by TJ Slayton. So maybe he would have fit it in there. Let's turn the camera around and let's see if Luke Altmaier would have fit one in there. Oh, we get a little two-hand swipe. Eyes to Miles Murphy on the right side here, going against that Blake Miller, the rookie. We talked about Murphy, what he really needs to do with this guy with length, a great get-off. He is athletic, right? He played with a lot of hustle last year. He defended that run earlier today really well. These are what we want to see. If he's going to take that next step, he's got to win with his hands. So watch the two-hand swipe here. He wants to swipe this. This is a great pause. As Miller punches with that outside hand, if you can knock these down, if I can knock your hands away, you can run this easy. This is an easy, clean win if you can knock those away. So that is the game. That is what we're trying to do. That is the attempt for every pass rusher here. Let's see. Does he? I'm going to go back again. Let's see if he knocks those hands away. Not fully. He does a good job of disconnecting it from his chest. But you can see Miller's able to just get a piece of him and enough of them to widen that arc. If you saw where he was trying to run it there, he actually still got widened a little bit there, which probably is just enough to get him around this arc and keep him away from the quarterback. I'm going to go back and watch Boye Mafe real fast here on the left side. Yeah, it's Larry Borom at left tackle, who's played in the league a long time. Let's watch Mafe here. I'm going to watch his hands. Bad pause timing. Okay, they're going to play patty cake. And then he's going to go long arm, get that hand out of there. And now we've got to attack this. Left his chest wide open. So Borom does a good job recovering there. Okay, this pass is batted by, you see Luke Altmaier went right, middle, now left. I want to say he's trying to hit this. Slayton does a good job getting up, knocking that thing away. It's a good play by TJ Slayton. Oh, I appreciate you, Lewis Adams, saying only 14 likes. Listen, the channel is new. We only got 2,500 subscribers. We're going to work on it. We will get there. I'm happy how fast I was able to get monetized. You need 3,000 watch hours before I can go live, before I can monetize, before I can do super chats. I don't even know if I have super chats on. I don't know how this works. We're going to figure it out, okay? But the 14 likes is cool. We'll get there. We'll build it up. I appreciate you, though, because this is how we build it up. You telling people. All right, next play. We got all three. Look at these guys bunched up over here on this side. I like that. Then you give a Miles Murphy this one-on-one, this open space, because I assume they're going to slide. And when you see this, you'll get a little slide protection. You may get one-on-one with this offensive tackle. They used to do this with Trey Hendrickson. Leave Trey as the one guy off on his own. Let him go win. Oh, Super Chats is on. I appreciate you. And the enthusiast, $5. Thank you very much. I wasn't saying you got to do it. I was just saying I didn't know if it was on because I don't even know what the setting is. And now there's 41 likes. I appreciate you guys. Thank you. All right. Let's see how this play goes. Single high safety. I just watched Battle flip his hips and turn. He thinks this play is dead. I mean, when you flip your hips right here, the quarterback's just at the top of his drop. You're pretty sure this ball is going to go this way, aren't you, Jordan Battle? Well, you are correct, sir. Good job getting over there. So good job. Good read from the safety. Jordan Battle, is he taking a step year 4? He might be. That's good reaction time. We've seen some good reaction time from him already. Watch him get to the middle. Nope, it's not going that way. We're going definitely. Yeah, good job. Maybe he's baiting them because sometimes safeties will lean one way because they know quarterbacks are going to go against it if I take a few steps one way or the other. Okay, let's watch Murphy here. He does get that one-on-one, I think. Okay, yeah, nice jab step inside. Murphy has such a good get off that he really threatens outside in a lot of these. Miller looks really patient, balanced here, gotta say. Jab inside. Now, usually once that happens, you can get the lineman's feet to plant, and then we're going to get a right-hand punch. Let's see if that's what happens. Again, I'm watching the film first time with you guys. Let's see. I got to go back. I missed a frame. Let's see it. Let's see if he plants and then right-hand punch. No, he didn't. He was very patient. Good job, Blake Miller. Because that's what Murphy's hoping for. Because if he punches, you see Murphy try to knock that down. But he doesn't, and he misses. So now you got another chance here. Can you win second reaction, counter move? Can you lift this hand off you? See where I've got it paused? You see Murphy's hand. He's got the wrist. Can I lift it off and get it out? Working back inside. Probably too late. Who's on the other side there? Is that Landon Robinson? Someone got close. No, that's Howard Cross. Let's watch Howard Cross here. Goes for the cross chop. I'm looking right here. Howard Cross with the cross chop. And then we're going to try and loop back in Mafe. It's good protection. Cross eventually does get there and gets close to the quarterback. So good for Cross. I thought I saw that live. I remember saying something to Jake about it, that there was a nice there was a nice play. Let's see anyone on punt gun look really good. I think bottom of the screen does really good for protection here. Let's go back. See if I can see it. 30 number with long sleeves. Could be Ivy. Yeah, it's really good blocking by that guy. He lost it at the end, but it's okay. It was Ivy. So shout out to Ivy. Ivy was really good at special teams early in his career. And then he got hurt, and he didn't look good to me last year when I watched. And if he's going to make the team, he looks like the primary backup right now, so good for him. But you got to be good on special teams. And that was a good play there. Tanner Hudson out here on a lot of special teams. I don't know if you guys saw on the sideline, he was walking with Darren Simmons on some plays. Like, watch Tanner Hudson be a captain this year. Special teams captain. Yeah, I did see Knight with the coverage too. I thought the coverage looked great all around. So good call. And yeah, our stunts did look sloppy again. And they started that way last year, the Bengals defense. So they cleaned it up in the second half. That would be nice to not have to start sloppy again that way. All right. We're back on offense. This is the long drive now for the first team offense. This is probably as far as I will go with this stream today. This is a test run. We'll go for about an hour plus. I need to know how this works. Jake said he wanted to stream with me later. We may do that. We may get back on this. Morning time. Okay. Burrow in the shotgun right away. Two receivers to the top. Who is at the bottom? That's not Yoshi. Maybe it is Yoshi. It is Yoshi. Was he not wearing green cleats or was that just practice? Okay. We get inside give here. Reisner probably kicked out a little bit too far. They ran this a bunch in the in-stadium practice. And what we've seen a lot of times is this end not even respecting the run at all and going very wide. So it looks like Reisner wants to get out there to meet him and run him around the arc if he can. But the end actually respects the run a little bit here and stays inside and stays home. So I think what Reisner's doing is the correction they've gotten in practice. And this guy just didn't do it. So they're like, okay, which one do you want us to do, coach? You want me to go take this guy and assume he's going after Burrow? Because in games, I'm assuming this guy's going to go after Burrow once they're coached and this isn't some undrafted guy out of Rutgers, I want to say. Yeah, when you're that wide, I'm assuming you're just going for the pass protection. Can I get one bump on there for Drew Sample? Maybe I can slow this guy down enough. Sample's going to get up here and try and get a linebacker, and so is Fairchild. I want to watch Fairchild here. Fairchild, left guard. Really trying to avoid this D tackle. It's funny, right? Because you would think he's trying to block him. No, the D tackles a lot of times when they're reading run are trying to keep their linebackers free. So you want to disrupt him, slow him down. Sometimes you see him grab the collar. And now Fairchild's like, okay, I can't get there, but maybe I can get there to wall him off for the cutback. Yeah, Reisner's even patting his chest like, I messed up. Good question, Red Eye. When you got two receivers like that and one defender, you just throw quick screens. Remember the Bengals Carson Palmer era used to do that a bunch. Andy Dalton used to do that a bunch. I don't feel like we do that enough in the Burrow offense anymore. That you see, you just like quickly smoke route it, right? And you just say, hey, guy's open. And you flip it out to him. Another question here before we get to this. Why was Parker playing left guard and not right guard? I agree. Because Parker was a right tackle last we saw him at Duke. And Jalen Rivers was a left tackle, left guard at Miami. Put Rivers at left guard. Put Parker at right guard. So I don't know. I think they like the size of Rivers at right. And I think they like a similar player to maybe Fairchild at left, whereas Rivers, if he ever has to get inserted at right guard, he and Mims together is a lot of size. But I agree. Based on the snaps they've played in their lives, I would want Parker at right and Rivers at left. Jamar Chase in motion. We're in shotgun again here. It looks like we're going to show run again. It is. We're pulling both a tight end and a guard. Linebackers are flowing with it. Dylan Fairchild walls his guy off. Gap's not big enough. Chase Brown tries to run through the arm tackle. Squirts for a couple yards there. Gets gain of 3. I kind of wanted to see if that was an RPO opportunity, actually. I didn't see the receivers on that one. I could go back. I mean, we're running into a loaded box, right? Single high safety. We'd like a little bit better out of Fairchild here. Let's watch Fairchild. Not an easy block because he's got to get in front of this guy, but you're down blocking right here, right in the middle. Let's get 90 out of here. Let's get him to this point, and our pullers are going to seal it on this side, and then Fairchild's got to seal on the inside. That's how you end up with a big hole for Chase Brown to run through. But if you keep an eye on 90 right here versus Fairchild, nice punch to the face. That's illegal, but it is what it is. And then dips around him really well. And you think Fairchild has still walled him off pretty well here at this point. It's not terrible. Our pullers both landed hits on their guys. We'll go back and see what happened. I want to say this is Yoshi blocking, but watch still Fairchild's guy reach around and get hands on Chase Brown. So ideally, let's get him out of there. Now I want to see where the slot guy comes from here. 27 comes in. This might be a really hard block. Is that 27 that ultimately gets there? Yeah, Yoshi's got a tough ask here. He's got to come all the way down. That guy is so inside. Best he can do is try and push him out of the hole, and he gets a piece. So it only goes for 3. I think we could have gotten a better block out of Dylan Fairchild there. It's acceptable. It's just not. It's not a. Like if you're grading it, let's say you're a PFF grader, right? You would say, fine, neutral block, fair, but you're not going to give him bonus points or credit points, right? You're not going to say, this is a B+ block or an A+ block. You're not going to give it that. It's maybe a C block. You got to your spot. It's not easy because the guy's out in front of you, but you could wash him down. You could move him out of there. I agree, though. Drew Sample looks slow there because he is slow, but he did hit his target. All right, shotgun. This is the one where he ends up just checking it down to Sample, right? Tampa 2 coverage. Both safeties go deep. Middle runner goes and opens up to the 3-target side of the offense. So that all makes sense. This lets us know it's Tampa 2 right away. Burrow looks this way first. Did he want Jamar on the out? Because you had it. He didn't stick with it. You've got Chase Brown out wide. I didn't notice this. Let's go back. We go empty. Chase Brown goes out wide here. He draws the corner, which gives the linebacker, I want to say it's the linebacker, on Jamar. We'll have to see the numbers once we start playing it. But I think Jamar ends up with a linebacker here. 45, is that Devin White? I mean, that's all day. Throw it. Bang. Stick with him. Why would you ever come off of it? That's exactly what we want, isn't it? Who is at the top of the screen? All right, there's Gesicki, Drew Sample, and T. Higgins. And by then, Burrow's just out of there. I mean, if he's settled in the pocket, you could probably. We'll have to see where this linebacker is in front. Good thing he didn't take a hit there. Just threw it down to Drew Sample, who gets just enough for the first down. Is this where Orlando Brown trips? We'll watch Orlando Brown real quick. Let's see here. Eyes on Orlando Brown. Oh, yeah, he did. You know what? I don't even say he trips over his feet. Like his left. I don't know what happened. He looks unathletic. That looks right. I wouldn't say he trips. I would say he's tripping. Spin move, though. Let's see it. Spin move. This is an ugly spin move. Just hits him in the middle of the chest. That's a terrible spin move. Okay. What did I want to see here? Burrow's eyes and see how long he sticks on Jamar Chase with a linebacker on him. Right there. I mean, why don't you do it? Comes back. Oh, they dropped 90 into coverage. They dropped the nose into coverage. Burrow probably wouldn't expect that, or else he would just hit T. Higgins right here. So good play by the defense. And they sees that's the nose. I can step up. He could have dove and gotten this, but it's preseason. Does anyone else have any nice blocks? We don't ever talk about Mims because he's so steady. Like, Mims just does his thing. He's got tight end help over there. He's got guard help. So nothing really to say. Step up, Drew Sample, make a play. I'll answer some of your comments and questions here before we get to the next play. Oh, of course. Perfect timing. I'll go back and I'll fix this. Let me answer some questions real fast. I don't understand the route combination on the right. It's a high-low, it looked like, where they're trying to get the... if it's man coverage, you can just hit T. Higgins across the middle. But it's a high-low where T is going over the middle, hopefully drawing that linebacker in. You can hit Gesicki on the second level if you're trying to get that. We're going to have to go back. So this is NFL Plus. Kind of stinks, guys. The app is not very good. Sometimes I have to sign back in. Like, look at it. It may tell us there's not even anything here. It gives you about an hour before it's like, yeah, no, NFL Plus doesn't work anymore. There we go. Let's see if we can figure out how far down we were. Does anybody remember? P. Ryan for 7. I don't remember that. Yoshi, we didn't see that one. To Drew Sample, perfect. We're on the Yoshi play. Let's go. All right, here we go. We can restart now. Burrow back under center. I don't know that Burrow predetermined. I think he saw... No, because I don't even think you would think man coverage there. I just think you would think if the linebacker's all the way out on Jamar, because of what we have here. We had the linebacker go out here to Jamar. Yellow's a shit color for this. If the linebacker's out here to Jamar, that leaves only one middle of the field guy. And you're like, oh, I can hit T, right? This isn't the exact formation. We're on the next play. But that's what I think. They didn't create any conflict. You're right. There really wasn't, because Joe didn't really look that way. If Joe looks to the right, he typically tends to manipulate people. Question here from Ben. Bigger priority for 2027? You're already there. You're already in 2027. We just started. Round 1, left tackle or corner? Don't know yet. We got to see. Because they just extended not Chase Brown, Orlando Brown. We're not cutting him. If he stinks, listen. Everyone's worried about I keep wanting to say Chase. Orlando Brown. Everyone's worried about Orlando Brown. I am too. I'm not saying not to be. What I'm saying is he is on this roster and paid for the next 2 years at least. Is he going to suck? Maybe. So what you do is you protect him. You give him more help. If Mims is that great and takes that step, then the help is going to be on Orlando Brown's side. Instead of having the tight end out over here so much, maybe we just start putting him over here and helping out Orlando Brown Jr. But replacing him is so far down on the conversation. Oh, the draft is always on my mind too. I'm not hating on you, Ben. I'm with you. I just don't think we can even say left tackle yet. Because they just paid him. We know how the Bengals operate. That's how every team operates. If he stinks, you figure it out. You don't. They're not going to just cut him or draft his replacement. All right, here we go. Play action. Looking like a wide zone run. Yoshi cutting against the grain from the slot spot here and going this way. We're going to get him open. Let's see. Linebacker stepping up. This linebacker stepping this way. Does anybody see Yoshi from the Lions? Nobody does. Even the boundary guy here was diving in on this run play. Very nice run fake. Wide open. Yoshi turning and cutting upfield for a gain of 9. Let's go. Yeah, they could draft a tackle and not play him until 2028. Very, very possible. No doubt about it. And if the guy is really good, like Mims ended up playing and was solid as a rookie. If the guy's really good, you figure it out. I'm just saying, like, until we get there, it's hard to really say that I'm focusing. I'm players over positions for the draft. Make a shirt, put it on a shirt. Players over positions. If there's a stud corner there, I'm taking the stud corner over a guy that I don't feel great about at offensive tackle. Does that make sense? Just because you need an offensive tackle. All right, Back to this play. T. Higgins comes in motion here. Everyone really selling. This looks good, man. Like the speed that this guard and this guard are running horizontally with really, to me, sells the run. T. Higgins blocking really sells the run for me. This is why this corner is like, oh, it has to be a run. T is blocking. He didn't release. So this is a really good job up front of everyone selling it in order to get, look at him. Is that Ennis Rakestraw? Just hitting the brakes, skidding. I want to see someone 90 ends up on the ground here. Oh, yeah. Let's see. Karras and Reisner, I feel like have really good chemistry together. When they jumped in, let's give them a nice little chuck. We can't see what's happening on that side of the play anyways. Good question, and somebody did respond and answer it really. Red Eye asks, why do you not see offenses utilizing more field width in the NFL like Tennessee does in college? So let's say the Bengals are on this hash right now. So this is the far hash is what we call it. This side has the more space on it, right? But in college, the hashes are out here. Let's use a different color to really draw this. The hashes are wider in college. That's a terrible line. So when you end up with the ball placed on a wide hash, the other side of the field is huge. It's not that big in the NFL. So it's not as drastic. Teams do it, though, and do use it. But it's just not as drastic as colleges. All right, Cam Grandy in the game. We're under center again. Samaje Perine's at running back. And he reads this instantly. Like everything is saying that the run is going to the right, right? We're bringing a guy over there. Linebackers are flowing with it. And Perine instantly sees what we've got. And this is, I want to go back to this actually, because people brought this up a lot with Trey Hendrickson. Watch the D end on this side, on Orlando Brown Jr. side. It's a potential safety. It's a 27. I don't know who it is. It's not a defensive lineman. Could be. The lineman can wear 27. So, but Trey used to do this a lot. Trey would just still be pass rushing and going wide is what I wanted to write, what I wanted to draw. So Orlando's going to take him out. We're going to block inside, and this is a massive gap for Samaje Perine. I thought the Bengals were hitting it right here, right? Jamar Chase is a little frustrated with his block here. You can see the way he gets up. This is what Jamar looks like when he thinks he probably could have had a better block on that. Watch how he gets up and turns and spins. His arms kind of like hanging like, I probably could have got something. But instant read from Perine. Watch him scan. I'm watching Perine here. See how quickly he sees it right now. Like that's pretty quick to be like, oh, I see where the hole is. And this is manipulating the second level. So you want to hold it as long as you can because you want to get this linebacker to take this step here. You want Devin White to take this block on. You want these guys to start to think you're going either this way or this way. Hold it for as long as you can and then hit it. By then, 93 can't get off and can't reach it and can't make that tackle. We'll take gain of 7 on first. No, that was 2nd and 1. On 2nd down and 1 all day long. We'll take. I don't know if there's a scenario where you, wouldn't take a 7-yard run. 3rd and 9? You might go for it on 4th and 2. All right, we're in shotgun here. Jamar Chase is in the slot. A lot of Yoshi. Not so much a rotation. They talked about how much Dante Myers and Colby Young were playing. Play action to Samaje Perine. We got Tampa 2 again. No, it's not. They want to play this deep. So let's look at this corner over here. He's going to run with T. And when he does, it's going to leave this giant void down here. Because when I first thought it was Tampa 2, I saw this middle linebacker open up and then I saw the safety split. But then when I saw, and Burrow might have thought the same thing, right? And in versus cover 2, we want to attack the middle of the field. And then he saw the corner over here running so far with T that he's like, oh, nobody's underneath for Samaje. Here you go. Go run, pick up 7 yards again. Again, we'll take 7 all day long. Why isn't that a quick bubble to chase on that play? Can I go back? I'd have to go back completely. You mean right off this play action here? Is that guy not on him? No, he's not. 27 stops. The Bengals do run a lot of RPOs, though, and will hit Jamar on RPOs. All right, we're under center. We got Colby Young now in the game. There's Colby Young. And it is a run. I thought this was going to be a play action opportunity. Because look at these safeties. You're starting to get an extra guy in the box now. We talked about this. And even the free safety here, he is convinced that this is a run. Now, what if Jamar ran behind him? Or, more of like that. You would have one-on-one. And this, you got guys downfield, so maybe it wouldn't work completely. But there's some room there for if this was an actual play action. I don't know where that guy comes from. We'll get it on the other angle here. Oh, I'm sore. We played tennis 2 days in a row, and my arm hurts. All right, let's see here. I want to see the blocking up front. Oh, they dove in front. So watch these two over here. One's going to get Mims too. So they go from here and they dive inside. You used to get this a lot with Sam Hubbard. And especially when the linemen are taking one step out this way, you're going to beat them across their face a little bit. You see Mims like right away, I'm trying to get this guy out of here for you, Chase Brown. And that's tough. So Mims will get a poor grade on that from PFF when those numbers come out. And the linebackers are pretty much replacing those guys. So as these guys are diving in, the linebacker's going to move and fill that gap. And there he is. Yeah, bang. Good hard hit there. Pickleball. I haven't played pickleball ever. So I would like to, actually. I'm getting to that age. I'm getting to pickleball age. Okay, we got press at the top of the screen here. 3 wide receivers at the bottom. This is the third down play. This is the pressure and hit on Burrow. So just to see what we've got here. Single high safety. We like that. We like that on a third down pass situation. Let's see if it stays. Yeah, it looks like it's staying. Man, we got a single high safety here. Oh, man. Look at the press at the top of the screen. Let's start with that. Let's start with press on Jamar Chase, top of the screen. Jamar wants to get inside. This guy's shaded inside. Look at just the move right there. He's shaded inside, and he's going to give a nice press. Jamar wants to sell like he's going outside right there. Like, oh, I'm going outside. I'm going to beat you vertically and deep here. But now I want to get back in. Good job by the corner. Look at Devin White getting out there also. Devin White is moving today. I got to say, Devin White, we should have picked him up. He's moving. I'm only saying that because I said it during the offseason. All right, let's go down to the other side. Obviously, Joe's looking at this and looking at the route combo for these guys. I didn't watch what they were doing, so let's see what we got here. At the point is T. Higgins, and we've got inside is Gesicki. T goes inside here, cutting across the middle, and you ended up with a one-on-one with Gesicki and Yoshi. Both getting theirs. Oh, good. It's a good route. Mike Gesicki, it's a good route. I see why Joe goes this way. If we got a little protection, this is an easy pitch and catch. Let's watch Gesicki here. Oh, got him to lean inside. Breaks it on him. I mean, he is open. Joe wants it too. He can't get the throw off accurately. That's a really good route by Mike Gesicki. Yeah, it's bold to press Jamar up there, but he did a good job. The ball's not going that way, though. Joe wanted the 3 options on the left side right away, I think, right? No, he does look right. My mistake. I was wrong. I didn't look at that originally. I just assumed he went left right away because he was over there pretty quick. We'll get to Orlando Brown in a second here. Yep, he went bang, bang, bang. It's kind of a double clutch for Burrow. Like he got to Gesicki super late on this. You'll see right there. Like that's the sound of, can you guys hear my desk rattling when I do that? I'm animated with my hands here. All right, let's get to Orlando Brown Jr. and whatever the hell happened on this one. Fairchild looks like he added some weight. Gets a good jump off the snap here. They are definitely, even on both sides, going wide first rather than back. It's not a vertical set. Doesn't look like a C set. Like these guys are going horizontal and jumping. I think they all this would make sense if we think we're hitting Jamar on the slant here on third down. Jamar doesn't win his route. Even the O-linemen think this ball's coming out quickly with the way they jump set on him. I need Orlando to get out there still, though. If you watch the comparison between Mims going horizontal first and then absorbing face-to-face, right? Because he's gaining enough depth. He's a better athlete. Much better athlete. He's an elite athlete for his size. So watch him horizontally get out there and get in front of his rusher. Like, does Orlando have the chance to do that? The gap is pretty significantly larger, right? Maybe not significantly, maybe a little bit. We really can't get a chip with the tight end here because Gesicki wants to get into his route. So can Orlando get it? No, he stops his feet there. See, that's the difference is Mims gets one more step, then tries to absorb the contact. Brown goes basically jump set out there and then wants to absorb the contact here. Gets a good shot on him. That's fair right there. Now, can you recover from here and get into your set? No. He flips his hips completely. He opens up completely. Whenever I see your butt facing this way, that's not good. I need the butts facing the quarterback. Well, yours is that way because you're picking the gap inside and you're a little more that way. But we need butts facing the QB. And he just runs around the arc on you. Burrow's late on this pass. I will say that. I do think Burrow gets to his final read very late here. Jamar gets jammed. So we don't need that. If Jamar getting jammed that way is as bad as Orlando getting beat because it looks like Burrow wanted to go to Jamar. But Orlando looks slow here and looks kind of lazy. I don't want to say that about players. These guys are putting in work that I am not. I'm sitting here on a computer desk. You know what I mean? Doing my thing. But yeah. That's Jamar's got to win it. You're not going to hear that. This is why you watch the show, right? Was it Dragon? Was it slant flat? Yes, it was. You're right, because Chase Brown went out there. And then went upfield. Yeah, Jamar's got to win on that. You're not going to see that. You're not going to get other analysts talking about that unless they're like, or you're not going to get beat reporters mentioning Jamar on that one. I'll tell you that. That's pretty much how he got hurt in Jacksonville. Good comment, Red Eye. Hey, I'm with you, man. You got some good points today. That is the exact same thing that happened in Jacksonville. The ball should have been out. Why is OBJ leaned over so much? Good call. Also, because his feet are slow and he's a waist bender. Athletes bend at their knees. I coach now 14-year-old girls in softball, and we got a lot of waist benders. We need knee benders. I need athletes. I tell them all the time. I'll tell them who's got slow feet. Your feet are slow. You, and you. I'll call them out by name. Slowest feet on the team. Start getting down. We do. Our head coach is also a personal trainer, so she's getting them working on agility and speed and balance and all that stuff. So big room for improvement there. My point is, you see the difference between Mims and Brown in terms of athleticism. I'll let it play while I'm talking. In terms of athleticism, because Mims is extremely balanced in his pass set. Evan McPherson's kicking the shit out of the ball, man. He looks good. That ball's coming out right. I like coffee more than beer, but I will have a beer. Ooh, who's that? Let's see. Stop. Let's go back. Special teams. Is the sound I use when I'm hitting the brakes. Is that who's dreads right here? Duggar? That's what I'm watching right here. Bang! Yes. Get back in that pile. Is that Duggar? I need to see the number now. Let's see it. No! Go see it on this angle. All right. I'm leaning into the mic. Sorry if I'm yelling. I feel like it's a running back. 32. Brightwell, right? Or is Milton 32? I think 32 is Brightwell. It is Brightwell. Good job, Brightwell. Let's go, Gary Brightwell. Special teams. I'll keep going if you guys are chilling. Why not? I'm going to end up watching all of this. So normally I would take a break in between. But I'm feeling okay. Right off the snap. Let's pause it. Hey, stop. Slow down. Who's that nose? Is that McKinley Jackson? Good penetration up there. Running back's even got to pick him up. I think it is McKinley Jackson. Step up. Play action to the running back. I think that is McKinley. Let's get the other angle. It could be Slayton, but I thought Slayton was out by this time. Cassius Howell's in. It is McKinley Jackson. Okay. I must not have noticed this play originally because I said in the post game that I didn't think he played well. Yo, you know who played well? Swayze freaking Bozeman. Bozeman? I think it is Bozeman. Swayze Bozeman? He was making dudes miss all day long when they were trying to come up and block him. Let's watch McKinley Jackson out here. And I think we got Cassius Howell left side. So this is fun. Yeah, good get off and beating that center across his face by McKinley Jackson. Yeah, McLaughlin's like, I've seen this in practice. Running back's got to pick him up. Good sliding pocket. That's Cedric Johnson in coverage, right? So we're going to see these edges drop in coverage. Get to Flacco. You want to see Flacco? Recognition by Burks here. Burks stepped up. Now he's going to go pick up this guy that I assume is crossing this way. We've got Cedric Johnson as the unblocked guy as they block and then release. And I think that's where the pass goes, right? Underneath. Yeah, he's wide open. Boom. PJ Jules laying a hammer. PJ Jules tried to lay a second hammer. He ended up missing the rest of the game. So hopefully he's okay. I want to see if Cedric Johnson could have done better on this to get to the quarterback and stress him out a little bit more. So he throws 13 down. Of course, he's a receiver, right? And he looks unathletic. So we've got a guy who watches everything that we make, which I appreciate. And he loves Cedric Johnson. And I don't know that I see it. So we just saw the missed tackle in space, right? And now, like, what's the stumble there? Go make a play. We got McKinley Jackson falling for no reason, too. McKinley Jackson looks bigger to me. Not in a good way. Who knows how to create a graphic that I can put at the top and how that works on OBS for streaming. Oh, Bozeman got caught here. So most of the game that I noticed Bozeman, he was making these guys miss. Watch him here. 73 or something's going to get to him. Is that McKinley Jackson getting in the backfield again? All right, McKinley Jackson at nose. Yeah, that's good initial pop and push there on Seth McLaughlin. Yeah, no doubt. And then allows Cassius Howell and Cedric Johnson to get down there. But McKinley Jackson here, 2 out of 3 plays to start. Oh, yeah, let's get eyes on Cassius Howell here. Here's our first rep. Not his first rep, but our first rep to highlight. Left side. Is 13 a tight end? I guess he is. He looks small. Okay, absorb this contact. Here we go. Helmet to helmet, absorb this contact. Watch him get low here because we got a double team. Watch him get low and really fight his way back inside. That is great. That is great. Landon Robinson's in the game too. Let's see Landon Robinson right side. Is he going to against Blake Miller? I assume so because Cedric ends up unblocked. Yeah, he stayed with it. Got out of it at the very end. Helps make the tackle. Okay. All right. I sent a tweet out earlier. I'm going to retweet the tweet. Get some new people in here if they're interested. And then I got to cut all this up. Okay. Let's go. All right, here we are. Nickel. Is that Braylon Lux already in the game? I think it is. Howell's dealing with a tight end releasing on his side. We got a sit glance route combination is what we got here. What that is this guy's going to come this way. This guy's going to sit here. Quarterback is reading basically a high-low and pinpointing this linebacker. You will keep an eye on this guy too. But if he drops back to take this, you just hit this right here. If he widens out too far, you just hit this right here. If he steps up underneath, you hit this window in the second part. So let's watch it. You see what the quarterback sees. We got our linebacker widening out pretty good, kind of ignoring the guy underneath. So easy throw, pitch catch, bang. And I think that's Oren Burks on that side. So he's getting a little bit too much motion back there. Let's watch the pass rush when we flip it around. I want to watch Cassius Howell here. He looks big, right? Like this is a guy that's small. But he don't look small right here. Let's see what the tight end on his side. He actually has to check this. So this is 3-4 outside linebacker stuff, right? Where he's like, okay, tight end. And then he actually gets eyes on this running back here just to be sure. And now he's like, okay, now I've got him. And I love the setup here. Bang, bang, inside, spin move. So when we saw the other guy do a bad spin move, he just puts his hand in the middle of OBJ's chest. What you want to do is you want to chop this inside hand. So hit the left tackle's right hand so that when you spin here and then your hand's going to come and pin that hand down, keep it down and allow you to get inside, which we will get later and we'll be able to see it, right? We'll be able to see what that looks like. I want to see if Landon Robinson did anything on this one. No, good block by Mahogany. And you can see Oren Burks. You can see the window here that this quarterback is looking at, right? Like I said, we've got this and we've got this, and you're isolating 42 if you're the quarterback's eyes here. And as he goes, just that little step out, bang, ball's out. We see Burrow run that. It's a staple around the league, but the Bengals run that a lot. Oh, I didn't see what Bozeman was covering. He's got to control the middle. That's right. He was the middle guy. He's got to at least play that, because if he gets too far over, if he drops too far back, that's the same thing. That's why I said you're reading Burks, but you do have an eye on that other linebacker, because if he picks either, you can hold the ball for a split second longer and then exploit it. Oh, we got people way behind talking about different plays on the comments now. I was confused. I don't know if I said Demetrius Knight did something bad or good. So that guy will see that later, I guess. They're crashing inside hard there. Is this no gain? This was a 3rd and short play, right? Because I remember this, but I can't see they don't give me the down and distance here. Left side, though, I want to watch Cassius Howell here again. He's got a tight end. I think it's Tyler Conklin that way. Got to beat him across his face right off the snap. Oh, yeah. And take the puller. Right guard pulling over you. Take him on. Set that. Miles Frazier. Got Oren Burks coming up. Making the stop there. It's also, looks like 90 is there as well. Is this 90 right here? Yeah, it is. Chris Jenkins. Yeah, he threw Mahogany off of him. If I can get this to not skip frames here. Yes. So good job, Chris Jenkins. Good job, Cassius Howell. Oren Burks flying up. We got some sugar in the A gap here. Both linebackers here as we're showing a potential blitz. Should get the O-line to block inside out first. Both guys drop into coverage. And I like this rush by Howell. This is the first one I highlighted for subscribers on Twitter last night. I sent this to them, not to everyone, because he dips around this corner here and runs almost 90 degree. He wasn't as close to the quarterback as I originally thought. DJ Ivy may have got a PBU here. Let's watch Ivy's route. Snatched him at the top of the route. And good hit also. That's got to be Duggar, right? Yeah. Duggar lays a little shot in there. But let's watch Howell here. I want to watch to see how. Oh, yeah, he's going for this. He wanted to hit that outside hand there and then turn the corner. I'm going to let it run full speed without stopping it. That turning of the corner is something the Bengals have not had. And what I mean is, this is your path, right? You want to break it back in. That's like your normal arc. You've got the apex of the arc right here. The most G's you're feeling as you're trying to run it. If you've ever done this, there's go to your local field. There'll be circles out there on the fields most of the time because they're multi-use fields. You'll see them try and run that circle as best as you can. Bend your knees, ankle flexion, let those things angle and try and run that circle. You'll get a feeling of what it feels like to try and run this arc and cut it back inside and the forces you feel at the apex, especially if you have someone putting their weight down on you. But Howell, a lot of times, will go bang, bang. He will cut this corner so tight at the apex and watch, and it's because he stays free here. Like no one gets a hand on him, so you can do it. But you see what I'm saying? Watch this right here. So here comes the dip and turn. His foot is outside foot. A lot of times you can tell which way guys are going by their feet. If your foot and your toe is still pointed this way, guess where you're going to get carried? This way. But if your foot is angled this way, or even sometimes better this way, you're going to cut that corner. Those are guys that are really good at this. Watch how the next foot plants. Oh, I missed it by a half a frame. But again, his next foot is planted this way. So he's really turning this corner. You see Cedric Johnson now doing the same thing here. That's when they cut the corner, is when they actually get their feet turned. Jordan Willis ran like a great 3-cone. We're going to go back a little bit for those people that are remember Jordan Willis. Great 3-cone, but his footwork was terrible on pass rushes, and he was never able to turn the corner. He was always facing like he was going to go run around the entire world in order to turn the corner. Well, Howell here gets to this, and he really flattens so well. Gets that arm just to the quarterback. You can see the depth difference here, where Johnson's here and Howell's here. I mean, it's what, 1 yard, 1.5 yards difference. That's the difference in affecting the quarterback in a lot of plays. I can't ever tell if DJ Ivey how much he affects this play, but he's definitely on his back and gets credit on that 4th down. Yeah, if the quarterback wasn't getting rid of it, I think that ball comes out. Yeah. In terms of Howell knocking it out, right? Flacco's in the game here. Single high safety. You see this single high. We got outside release to Colby Young. Press coverage. We're going to try and hit this back shoulder throw. I actually want to see the O-line here. They look like it's a run play, but they don't go downfield. Little double catch. This is when the rain starts to come, so I'm not going to be too critical of Colby Young here. It's a well-placed ball like that right there. Bang, hits him in the hands. 1st down. We should be picking up 14, 15 yards. That's right. We're getting our first look at Brian Parker, who I thought was very good last night at left guard. Taj Brooks in the game. Oh, someone ended up on the ground on the other side. Let's go back. Jalen Rivers, Devin White blitzing. Yeah, White's just trying to get through, and Rivers plants him. Physicality. Rivers has that. Yeah, Taj looked like he was like, man, that could have been a big play for me. All these running backs think that once the RPO doesn't, go to them. If it was an RPO, I don't know. Is that Hudson coming in motion? It is. Hudson going to block that end, and then we got the fumble. I will say this. They've been blocking with Hudson much more. I always called him like a backup to Gesicki, as like a slot receiver only. They've really started using him more and more in blocking, and I think he looks okay, especially for like a move guy. He's definitely a better blocker than Mike Gesicki. Like, I've never seen Gesicki do that. I don't even think they've ever asked Mike Gesicki to do it. He was reacting to Colby Young dropping it. I see what you're saying. That's possible. Poop. I thought Jacob Bayer also, for if he's center number 3, I thought he was pretty clean last night. Like, he'll make a roster, I think, somewhere. If not, if you can keep him on the practice squad, great. I'm getting distracted. The subscriber Discord is sending me stuff. All right, we got shotgun here. This is I wanted to see this play. This is the 20-yarder to Colby Young. The first down is here. He ends up with a lot of separation at the catch point. Does this guy bail off of it? I mean, that guy, why is he giving him so much space? Do you think he's just about to run vertical? I understand it's a cover 3, and you've got to protect that. But have some confidence in yourself. Good throttle down by Kobe right at the first down. Come back, catch it. Yes. Right at the first down marker. This is a good route. He actually looks like he's gaining so much speed here. Maybe that's why the corner's like, oh, he's going deep. Like, he really doesn't look like he's going to throttle down until what, about 3.5 yards away from the first down marker? It's a bad rep by the corner, I think. But good route for Colby Young. That is a big dude that doesn't have the most agility. It's like solid for his size. Poor man's T. Higgins type. Like, T's not the most agile guy, but for his size, it's not bad. Let's watch these guys in pass protection. All right, just rushing 4. We've got a tight end helping here and a running back helping, so we're max protecting. We got someone going with power on Brian Parker here. Defense tackle going with power. That's where my eyes are going first here. See if he can run through his face. Let's see if Parker can sit. Yes, drop anchor. Bend back. Stay just enough out of Flacco's face to get this throw off. That's solid. Let's go to Cody Ford here. Don't know what's happening with Cody Ford. Let's see. Spin move. Did Taj knock him inside? He missed. Good spin move. Hey, Cody, you have outside help here. Don't lean so hard to the outside. Like, that outside foot is planted. That thing was straight. Good throw. Yeah, Bayer's not blocking anyone. I thought they had a linebacker in the middle there. You'll be able to go back. And before he dropped out, so maybe he thought maybe someone was coming. Yeah, it's not terrible for Parker. I agree. Like, to me, you're one-on-one with all that space and a guy's bull rushing you. You just can't lose quickly. It was our criticism of Jonah Williams, right? You lost too quick at times. Parker there is, I think, surviving, which is the goal in that situation. All right, under center here. Did we get a Taj Brooks play yet? No, play action. Look at all the protection. There's nobody running a route. Oh, it's got to be a tight end screen, huh? No. That's why he tosses. That's why Flacco just gets rid of this thing. Even Colby Young. Colby Young's blocking. All right, so we got a negative play for Colby Young that I didn't know we had until we watched the film. That's why we watched the film. Yoshi's blocking. He got thrown down. Maybe he was supposed to release. Maybe there was like a one-man route where Yoshi's going to block and then release here. And Colby Young is trying to actively occupy that safety's attention. And Yoshi be running by himself. But Flacco sees it and says, up. And he gets intentional grounding. Everyone's blocking on a pass play. That's max protection. Let's see if anyone does anything interesting on the offensive line. Hell, we might hit a 2-hour stream right away. Okay, there's a couple guys that end up on the ground here. I want to see. I mean, they're blocking for a long time here. Parker and Ford with the double team. Bayer and Rivers with the double team. Guy goes down. Drops to a knee. So Parker also falls off of it. Tries to get a piece of that linebacker if he can. Why stop at 2 hours? I'm hungry. You guys eat breakfast already? Bowling shoe ugly. That play was. Bowling shoes are ugly. What the hell? Why can you know how you forget if you don't go bowling? And then you go bowling and you're like, why is it still ugly? Why do we still do these things? I don't typically eat breakfast until like 4 or 5 hours after I wake up, but I got up at 6:30. So yeah, I got a solid 5 hours of sleep last night. All right, shotgun. We got Hudson in the game, trying to run an out route or curling back inside. Oh, it's the Colby Young out route, isn't it? Or is this Yoshi? Yoshi at the top. Colby's after this one. Let's watch Yoshi. Yeah, speed out. Double catch. Picked up just enough. I thought he was looking at Hudson. That's wrapping around Devin White here. You could have fit it in there, probably, maybe. I don't know why I got my headset on. You guys aren't watching. Yeah, I'm not talking to you guys like that. My ears are starting to hurt. All right, let's see protection here. Okay, so we got a Brian Parker. Maybe Brian Parker on review wasn't as good as I thought. Let's watch this. See him punch, outside punch, cross chop. Can you get this guy out of there though? Oh, you do. Hey, so this is a good secondary win here for Parker because you're losing that first rep there, the first phase of the rep, and then can you recover, push this guy around, and keep him from getting to the quarterback? His guy ends up on the ground. Let's watch Jalen Rivers as his guy gets to the quarterback as well. We want to see Rivers get better, right? Okay. So he stops his feet. So this is losing that hand. And I don't even think he lost the hand battle. Like, you still have position here. That guy didn't knock the hand away. He's going for the swim. He doesn't win it. You just stop moving your feet. So that's, there's like a first phase, second phase, third phase in pass rushing and protection. You can lose the first, and that guy got a hit on Flacco. That's some bullshit. Now I'm mad. Yeah, Flacco said something to him too. He looked down. But you can lose that first one sometimes, like Parker did there, and then still recover second and third and still end up with a solid block. Yeah, it's not good from Rivers. Rivers has he had a couple bad plays. Now I've got the good mic on, Delroth. We got the nice stuff. All right, this is the Colby Young also out route, I want to say, right? So let's watch Colby Young here. Does he go inside bench route? This is bench route, right? I always get that confused. In, up, out, or sometimes corner. Throw him by. Nice. Without me hitting the button too much. Yeah. Get him to really lean inside. Make him think you're going inside. Throw that outside arm. Good throw, Flacco. Feet down. Colby Young. Yes, sir. Same corner. They're picking on him. Let's watch O-line, see if anyone does anything here. We got a chip from Hudson. Not sure he does much of anything. And we got a stunt on the left side. So let's watch the stunt picked up between Ford and Parker. Good enough. We'll take that. Good throw. Good ball placement. Colby Young getting in and out of his breaks, though, on his 2 catches here. Impressive. All right, we're under center. Looks like we got extra tight ends in the game. I see Cam Grandy and Jack Endries. Picking up just enough here is Taj Brooks. Let's see the blocking when we flip the screen around here. Bringing Yoshi in motion to help block here. Ooh, Parker ends up on the ground, guys. I'm changing my evaluation on Parker. Who does he run behind? Is it more Rivers here? Or is it Coker? Rivers and Coker. Get a solid push there. Yeah. Yeah, I think it was 4th and 1 as well, if I remember correctly. Okay, we're back in shotgun, single high safety. And we're running against single high because they were going to drop that other safety down. We got someone getting to the second level here. We'll have to see who that is. Oh, this is the trap play. So Brian Parker is going to let the D tackle go, and Rivers is going to come by and clear him out, which is a fun play. Nice to get a shot on the, I believe it's this D tackle 95 here. So Parker's going to let him go and just go straight to the linebacker. No one's going to block him. This is going to be on purpose. You might flash in front of him and then go. And that's because we're pulling over Rivers. And Rivers is going to immediately pull, not to go out and get like a guy out here or anything like that. He is coming to lay this guy down that is falling because he was expecting contact. You see him already on the ground. No one's even really touched him. He's expecting contact, and Rivers is going to give it to him. And there's Taj Brooks jumping through the hole. Let's see if Endries is the left, tight on the left side here. Let's see if he gets a piece of this end. Yeah, just a piece. That's not terrible. And Ford didn't really get a good enough job on White. A couple premium picks that never lived up to the... And then Parker did get to his linebacker, so that's good to see. Hey, we got a new subscriber, a new member, Mr. Ohio Man. Like Ohio Man? Yeah. Traps are fun. Yeah, traps are a blast. It's your opportunity to get a shot at the defensive tackles that are a little too aggressive upfield, right? Slow them down just a little bit. Now we're under center again. Looks like bringing Cam Grandy to come over, help block here at the edge. And then there goes, is that Tinsley? I think it is. Tinsley, a lot of motion for Tinsley. Play action. We got a screen. Hey, that's right. Forgot. Got a screen here to Taj Brooks. And it's well blocked out front there. Who gets these two blocks? Looks like Rivers and Bayer. Bayer destroys his guy. Good block for Bayer. And there goes Ennis Rakestraws down. The screens don't seem to ever work with Joe Burrow, but we will take it with Joe Flacco. Maybe we can pick up some of these things from him, right? There's a play action. There's the letting go of the ball, and it is Bayer coming over and clearing that guy. Good block for Jacob Bayer in space. Want a bigger play from Taj Brooks there, right? I just don't think he's got the wiggle or the athleticism. He looks like he's in better shape this year. Maybe at the expense of some power. Was Rivers downfield? I didn't see. Might be a good call there. If they don't call penalties, I'm typically not focusing on them, but yeah, if they're obvious like that. So this is Kendall Milton. Milton's got good straight line speed. I think he misses the hole too much and just kind of does what he wants. But if you give him like a battering ram play where it's like, hey, you're going to hit here full speed, he can do this, which may be valuable. Hey, Rivers guy ends up on the ground. Maybe we're bringing up Rivers on film review and bringing down Parker a little bit because I didn't think Rivers played well. But I know we did have the bad pass protection. He is going to have a bad sack. Solid run blocking. Maybe that's just the deal. Hey, Jay Davis, 8403. Welcome to the Pro Bowl, buddy. You're now a Pro Bowl player. You like the titles on that? We got Pro Bowl. We got All Pro. Alec Entries here. Let's go back. Check Entries 84. Can you get out in front and wall off this defensive end? Oh, yeah. Washed him down pretty good there. That's where Milton ends up running between them. Solid block for Entries. We got a comment here that I would love to address from Chi-Town Dominator. I know that you want to believe the other teams don't bring a safety down because the prevailing belief is that Joe is going to throw the ball down the field, but I don't think teams respect Chase Brown. I think that is stupid. With all respect. we're friends here, right? I like to talk like we're sitting in a bar and having a discussion about football. I think that is ridiculous. Teams believe Chase Brown is good, number one. They believe he is very explosive. It is not a Chase Brown knock. It's a credit to Jamar Chase, Joe Burrow, and T. Higgins. I'm going to ask you, Chi-Town, if you had to defend this offense, you can't defend everything. Do you want to defend Chase Brown, or do you want to put your resources to defending Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, and Joe Burrow from going deep? Don't answer the question because we know what the answer is. So that's why I think that's dumb. And listen, I would say this to a friend, so don't take that personal. This is how I talk. Flacco had to pull this down. He was looking here with Tinsley settling right here. I think he wanted that. And then he said, oh, that's not going to be there. Let me go all the way to the check down then, right? Yeah. And the ball's dropped. We had some pressure in front of Flacco. You really couldn't turn and throw to it. Was it Brian Parker again? Guys, I might be bringing down Brian Parker a little bit. Might be bringing my evaluation of Parker. I might be a little bit lower on after the film. And I usually have a recap and stuff for subscribers, things I saw in film. Let's see if Yoshi, someone said Yoshi was open over the middle on the dig. Let's see. Oh, I don't think Parker was bad here. This ball needs to be out at some point, right? Right there. It's hard to hit this now, right? Flacco, because his feet set where they did, because he was expecting to get rid of this ball right away. Probably a bad read by him. He's a veteran, but he does. This is why he was never an elite player. He does have moments like this. We saw some bad pick sixes last year, right? If he knew better, right, he would have set differently in this pocket. He probably would have looked there. Or, again, we have this combination. I bet you Andrews just stops in front because you want to toy with this Devin White here, who you can toy with in coverage. But by the time he gets there, it's too late. Bear's in his face. Everyone's in his face. And he just picked the wrong side to read. I don't think the dig was a second read because when he looked, we had one guy going vertical and one guy sitting underneath. So I think he was reading this side of the field. It's not always pure progression where you're going 1, 2, 3. There's a lot of the Bengals offense that is based on what the safeties are doing or what the coverage is doing. You read it, you say, okay, we're looking at this half of the field, or we're looking at this combination, or we're looking to hit middle of the field. So we might have two guys, or we're hitting the boundary. It's not always 1, 2, 3. You can almost eliminate half the field based on what the defense does if you read it correctly. If you don't, it tends to end up looking like those plays there, where you look like you're staring right into the coverage. It's because they gave you something you probably didn't expect. And there comes the ball coming out. Kendall Milton with the fumble here. We'll see the blocking. We don't really care if Milton fumbles, right? Like it sucks. Oh, this is a bad snap, huh? And Milton still picked it up. I don't know why I didn't remember that. All right, let's see if we can still see the blocking up front. Bayer and Parker do a good job of really... Chaos happens whenever a snap like this happens. Like everyone's like, oh, free ball, let's go. They're yelling ball. Good block by Bayer, getting to the second level. It's not the second level. He knocked the D-tackle that far down. So whatever. Yeah, good call. Good comments again, Red Eyes. You're doing great today. We got our 3-4 look on the defense here. McKinley Jackson at the nose. And this is the holding. I'm going to see what happens on the coverage. But this is Landon Robinson doing his thing down the field. And really destroying this play here. Yeah, I think Bayer's been the standout as well, Ben. I thought Bayer looked good in live watching. He's looking even better in this. Okay, Landon Robinson here. Reading run, making that contact. He is the first guy of all the D linemen, I think, that realizes this isn't a run. the way he leaves his gap and swims inside. Center has to come over and try and help. Like, he's got a clear path to that quarterback without McLaughlin coming over, and they're just holding them and doing what they can. It looks like Cedric Johnson dives inside. Let's see how he got to this play too. Just moving this guy around. Good. Looks like Cassius Howell is covering the tight end there, and not really. We will get to Landon. I mean, this is our first splash play. There is a couple where he gets swallowed up in run defense. I think Howell's just making sure that tight end doesn't leak out on that. Good power on that tight end there for Howell. And Swayze Bozeman getting in the tackle. Let's go back. Go back a click here. Yeah. Did they fumble this ball? This is the fumble. That's what it is. So, recovered by Howell, which is beautiful. Awesome. Let's watch Howell take on this tight end here. Tyler Conklin, played in the league a bunch, right? Yeah, or does he take 82? Either way, let's see. I thought he took him with some good power and pop here as he squares up, gets into his chest, lifts him, throws him the other way this time, sees the ball, goes down and gets the ball. I want to go back to Chris Jenkins as well. I thought he flashed on this play, if I remember correctly. Chris Jenkins is right next to Howell. Oh, he got knocked to the side by the tackle. So he's going against tight end. So not as impressive as I originally thought. Let me go back one more to Swayze Bozeman. Okay, so he's just seeing what's happening. The lineman doesn't know that there's a fumble, obviously. And one more here for Landon Robinson. Good absorption. Look how low he gets low. Look how low he gets on this. Low man winning. Not giving up much. Really not giving up much, man. He gets a yard pushback, but he is controlling that guy really well and sheds him. That's a good play by Landon Robinson on the back half there. Yeah, we saw McKinley get some push earlier, but it wasn't on that play. Okay, Charlie Jones in motion. Give us Taj Brooks. Makes a guy miss, sort of, right? The guy that was getting blocked by Charlie Jones. Let's see if any linemen got anything in the middle here. They pick up 3 yards, which is baseline acceptable, I guess. Everyone just solidly getting push, but no one really crushing their guy. Bayer does get thrown off here. Eyes on Bayer 69. Does get thrown off at the end, but he stays. I mean, that guy's got his back turned to the running back. Where does this come from? Oh, from 73 side. That's just a solid upfront push. There's nothing spectacular, nothing really crazy that anybody loses egregiously. You know, the edges, the tight ends, everyone's got to block a little bit better on the outside. Still, I don't think you had much more room to go there. Yeah, you start bouncing left on a 3-yard run, though, coaches are going to get your ass. They will tell you all day long, take your 3. You never know if that can turn into 4 or 5, 6 by putting your head down and everyone pushing the pile. Whereas a bounce outside unnecessarily could lose you yards. All right, let's watch Andrews. This is the touchdown to him. As he gets here, he's got to turn direction and come back. This is anybody can do this is kind of the feeling I got. We talked about this on the postgame show, but at the same time, Drew Sample ain't turning direction and coming back that well. The idea to snap it at this point here is because the linebackers on this side are like, oh, he's going over there, so he's your responsibility. He's the far side linebacker's responsibility. So I don't have him anymore. And then he's gone. Look at them all. Oh, no. What's the sound? I need like a button. I do have buttons, actually, on my thing here. Or I can put the Metal Gear Solid alert button. And then you're wide open. I want to see Mitch Tinsley. Does he tie up? He's trying to. He's hoping somebody's there. That's why he's so wide. You see how far his legs are spread. He's like, I'm supposed to tie up somebody. No one was there for you. They all bid on the play action. So it's a good play. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about, Del Rey. Oh, I got to stand up a little bit. We're watching film standing up. Yeah, it's a good play here. I like this. Yeah, I need sound effects. Who knows how to make sound effects and overlays? Like, is that something I can put on like the side of the screen here and just hit a button? Anyone blocking here? Anyone fuck up? Anyone do anything stupid on this? Let's see. Endries got pushed back pretty good. Again, you just got to do just enough on these plays. But Endries on the right side. Like it'll be a little more. All the rookies. Parker got thrown. Rookies, man, they're not strong enough yet. See if anyone gets down here. Ooh, someone got dumped. It was Tanner Hudson. Tanner Hudson ended up on the ground. I don't remember Hudson being out here that much. I think there's a soundboard app for streamers. Yeah, good call. That's probably what it is. I do have an actual little soundboard where I can hit buttons, but I just stick that thing way under there. But I can make sound effects, download them, and put them in there. I have to figure that out. Joe Giles Harris getting down there. He's a good special teamer. 3-4 again. I'll go back here. I was too late. Standing up, my motion's different now. All right, let's go. My eyes are on McKinley Jackson first at nose here. Can he anchor when they get that? No. 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 Okay. That's a bad one for McKinley. We need you to be able to hold up there, buddy. How about Chris Jenkins at 90 here on the right side? I mean, does his job, right? If we're reading outside, if this is zone play, Howell and Jenkins get in position, which gets this guy to read. So if you're reading 1, 2, 3, here's your win. We're cutting here, right? So that's how quickly you got to do it as a running back on his own play here. And I'm going to go back to Landon Robinson and see what he does. Landon Robinson left side defensive tackle here. He only really gets dumped when he's trying to get off the block here. I wouldn't say like he gets driven to the ground or anything. Just not enough. Not holding your ground at the point of attack there from McKinley Jackson. Someone asked if he gave up on a play, so I'm looking for it here because someone asked me on Twitter yesterday, and here we are. We're back to NFL Pro giving me shit. Someone sent me a tweet though, said, "Hey, did you see Cassius Howell slow down on a play?" I recorded about 80% of the plays from last night on my phone, like I'm standing up watching the TV, and I was going back and watching them all, but I did not have that one recorded, so I was like, I don't know. I'll have to go back and see it on film. Come on, what are we doing here? Come on, NFL Pro, work with me. I'm trying to finish. We just had 2 hours live streaming, watching film. I'm gonna have to adjust my how much I'm breaking down all these plays. Maybe we're not gonna watch in depth like this during the regular season. I know we're not going to, because I'm not gonna be evaluating every single player, every single play that I typically tend to do. And I can go just straight to defense. I could type player's name in there. If we just want to watch all the Cassius Howell, I didn't spell his name right. That is the first step you need. If you just want to do all the Cassius Howell reps, I don't know if you guys have access to this stuff and do all this and pay for all this. Bang. Let's go defense. So I can pull out all the special teams plays. And now we're watching just straight up Cassius Howell. So I'm going to have film reviews. And I'm starting to wind down here. But I'd like to see the play where we just had a run up the middle for 9. I think that's it. So let's go to this one. So we will have film reviews where it's like, yo, let's watch Demetrius Knight, right? Good, bad. Let's see how he did. And we can just load up the 50 plays and just watch them. This has got to be the next play, right? I think it is. Is this where Chris Jenkins gets in there? It looked like that was Chris Jenkins, left side, defensive tackle number 90. Let's see. Oh, yeah. Look how low he is on this. Good hand placement. Oh, yeah, Chris Jenkins. There it is. There it is. These were the flashes. This is what you saw at Michigan. He was a good run defender, despite being undersized. He had good strength, good leverage, good hand placement, good vision. He just wasn't a great athlete and to be a pass rusher. I know he tested well in some areas, but you never saw the lateral quickness or bend or anything like that to be a pass rusher, in my opinion. But he did this versus the run pretty routinely. That's a great play. And because we were critical of McKinley Jackson taking on that double team on the last play, let's watch McKinley Jackson here at nose, taking on this double, getting low, holding your ground. It allows McKinley Jackson to do what he did on this, or allows Chris Jenkins to do what he did. That's a good play by Jenkins, who had quite a few. I know this is a Bengals show, but are there any non-Bengals? So Grayson Holton, good question. Grayson Holton apparently had 3 plays in a row versus Peter Skoronski and the Titans. Grayson Holton, third. We could have taken him instead of Takario Davis. Now, Takario's on the team, right? We're happy. But I was a big fan of Grayson Holton. And then we probably wouldn't have had Landon Robinson, so maybe it all works out in the end. All right, next play. Play action. Oh, that's right. This is Cassius Howell's spin move that I thought was really nice. I couldn't tell who got in coverage here, so I want to go back to the coverage. We haven't had a pass play in a while, so let's see what's going on. It looked like Braylon Lux, who's in the slot. Resets right here to see what's happening. Someone else is on the ground too or falling. I can't tell who that is. We'll get to it when we switch angles. But Lux here has got his eyes on the QB. You see his head is this way. And I assume he's peeking at this guy coming across here because you're going to watch him get in position on this. That's a really good play by Lux. Yeah, he's disappointed. If he intercepts that, that's an A+ play. Excuse me. By the slot corner on the other side. So let's see who was tripping over themselves here. Oh, I want to see Cassius Howell first. Start with Cassius Howell. And setting up the spin, not a spin. A win inside. Yeah, instantly just crossing the face of that tackle. That tackle's trying to get out wide, jumps at him. This is Orlando Brown Jr., right? We're going horizontal here. We're trying to get hands on these guys to really sell the run action. And then picked up by the running back. Poof, good pickup by the running back. And stuck with him, too. Let's go back to Cedric Johnson, since we don't get to talk about him too much here. Reading the run. Good shove to the chest of Blake Miller, then running that arc. Close. That's a solid rush, especially for reading run first. We're not going to be able to see how close Lux was to that play. Who was falling, though? I want to go back to that. Someone was falling out over the middle of the field. Who was that? I'm too close. Oh, PJ Jules. Man, just as I was talking about safeties don't scream up the field on play actions like in Madden. Maybe they do. That's exactly the Madden. That's why he threw it there too. He's reading Jules. Football. That's the animation that they use in Madden. All right, let's watch what's going on here. We got another state. I mean, is that Howell or Jules? That's got to be Anthony. He's screaming up here at the top of the screen. Blitzing. We got an unblocked guy this way. Wide open. I mean, that's just, we're bringing the blitz and the safety's back here on this guy. He just sits down, hot route, bang. Go make the tackle. PJ Jules misses. And we're gaining yardage. Question, did Takario play last night? He did not. He was dealing with something. Not really sure what it was. Oh, so this is Bozeman coming that way. Okay. Run action going wide. Cedric Johnson misses, but the inside cleans it up. Still gain of 4 is solid for the offense. Let's see when we change angle here. Yeah, Cassius looks gassed here, right? Is anyone seeing him? Now let's watch Landon Robinson point of attack. And honestly, Cedric Johnson doing a really good job here. Yeah, Landon's just getting swallowed up a little bit. Like, low man wins, but low man also has no vision on this ball. Like here, he can see it, right? You can see him. And then now as he starts to get underneath, as he's really trying to hold his ground, no way he can ever tell where the running back is until he slips around. That's a good play. It's a good recovery from him. I don't want to be too critical of his size at times when watching the film. I may have saw on the TV side, the broadcast angle, that it looked like he got swallowed up there, but I think he fought his way through. Single high safety, getting Dobbs to really hold this ball. Everyone's doing a really good job in coverage here, especially Ivy at the top, who's trying to protect to the outside. He's got no outside deep help. He's got to protect that first, and he does a good job transitioning there. I think he could have been a little bit tighter, but he is a longer, lanky guy. I think that's coverage great all across there as Dobbs tries to go look for a play and breaks contain and picks up 9 yards. Damn, I didn't know he got that much. All right, let's see. Yeah, Robinson's out of the game now. Howard Cross is in there. Cross tried to like throw the guy and work his way inside. His feet just come out from under him. I mean, you just get plays like this where, and now Howell's getting smacked by the left guard too. You just get plays where Cross. We were excited about him last year. Is that the play where Howell gives up? I didn't have too much of an issue with it. I see why he's gassed and he's getting hit two ways there, and he doesn't really have the angle on Dobbs. And then here's the spin and sack. So I had enough energy, I guess. Let's see the coverage downfield before we focus on the rush here. We got two deep safeties. I think this is third down play, right? Nope, one safety's coming up, so we're going to go single high. Looks like man across. Let's watch Ivy running with his guy downfield. I'm looking at the boundary guy. Yeah, that looks good. Ivy's great position there. Let's watch Braylon Lux. That guy changes directions. Let's see here. Does he jab inside and try to go outside? Yep. He would have been open. So a little bit of separation on Lux. How about Newton at the bottom of the screen? A lot of traffic. Hard to really say. He had so much inside help there. Okay, so now we get to the pass rush. Let's watch Howell here, and then I think Jenkins also, because we're getting a stunt of some sort. Eyes on Howell first. We'll start with that. I like how he dips away from the chip help. Okay, so he could run this arc completely, but I think he sees that chip help and goes, I can't run that arc anymore. That one jab step inside and then out really gets the guy to stop his feet and then lean this way. So you jab out and then you spin back in is how you really set up that spin move. Bang. And if I can get it on the right frame, I'd like to show where his hand lands here. So his right hand right there. Okay, so you're really pinning that arm of the left tackle. He has nothing to grab, right? He's got nothing to, is he going to grab your back? There's nothing there. He has no arms he can grab. He's got can't get his hands in your chest, your armpit. He can't get it on your shoulder. Like this is where your hand is supposed to land right here to really finish off this spin move. You can't forget this part because you really want to trap. I'm going to use a different color here. You really want to trap this hand on the backside of Howell, on the backside of you as a pass rusher, right? That's what keeps you clean. That's what creates that space, and Howell comes in to help finish it off. I don't even know if he got a half sack on this. I think this might have went all Chris Jenkins on the stat sheet. Let's watch Jenkins here. Kind of barrels through both guys here, trying to set up Howard Cross. The guy who is the lead man on these stunts ends up with sacks all the time. All the time. And there he is, because he looks up and he's still there. So it's not like a pass rush win, in my opinion, I don't know how to classify these, to be honest. Are these wins for the guy who's setting up the stunt? Or is it just ends up that you split two guys because of the stunt and the quarterback's holding the ball? I want to go to Cedric Johnson, though. He runs this arc here. I want to see it. Oh, yeah. This is when you get really close to him and then kind of take a step back. So your arc is more like this way, stutter step, and then you're going to bounce out that way. So that he swipes and gets nothing, and that right arm is down. Now can you run that arc and turn it? Close. See, like this. This here should be a sack from this point. I just don't think he has the bend to do it. Look at that. That's Vaughn Miller. Use an extreme example. If that's Dwight Freeney, Robert Mathis, right? Those guys are turning that into a sack. Who's got the running back here was a question. Let's see. It could either be a peel-off scenario. If they send an extra guy, which they do in Oren Burks, they may tell Howell to peel off here because I would say Bozeman has the tight end. I'd have to go back and see what the backside guys were, but I didn't think there was someone else over there. Because there's no way you're telling Bozeman to cover both guys. Yeah, BJ Hill's great at BJ Hill and Sam Hubbard used to get a lot of production off stunts with each other. You would call that a win for, and is that our last rep for Howell? Yeah, that was our last Howell rep. I did not know. I thought he played more than that, but that was it for him. He was gassed, made a play. They said, you're out of here. I think we're going to call it there. I'm going to continue to watch at my leisure. I need to get some food. Jake Lisco wants to stream later today, and I said I would with him. The day after, so I've got a whole calendar of how I do my content. I take this very seriously, guys. It's my job. Especially now. But content schedule, let me look here. Day after, I'm supposed to do some thoughts, lasting thoughts after the film review, and cut up some of this to make an episode out of. So I've got some editing to do and talking. And then I also want to we got a lot of episodes. We're gonna keep on. I would keep going, but I have to make content also at the same time. I've got shows. I should have. See, I got to figure out how to put graphics in here too, because I do have a sponsor, Fans of Cincy. If you want to take an away game trip, say you want to go see the Bengals play the Dolphins, maybe you don't want to see the Dolphins. Who really cares? Fans of Cincy will book your flight. You'll be on a flight with a bunch of Bengals fans. You will be on the bus with Bengals fans going to the hotel. The hotel is with Bengals fans. There's a beach access at the hotel. They pick you up, take you to the stadium. You have tickets to the game. You have a tailgate where you got beer and drinks and food, all included. It's honestly a good time. They've got pictures and video I'm supposed to be sharing and stuff. I'm going to do that on the next Bengals on the Brain to give you an idea. It's worth it. You can get your girl. You can get your wife. Be like, hey, I got this all-inclusive trip, baby. We're going. All right. Oh, yeah, we're going to see the Bengals. Why? She gets to the flight. Why? Look at all the Bengals fans in here. You're like, yeah, there is. It turns out you're hanging out with Bengals fans all weekend. Is the stream over? I think the stream is over, guys, because I went for 2 hours and 20 minutes. And that's a long time to stream. And we didn't get halfway through. So turn up your volume. Probably you can't see my face. People are wondering what's going on here. I'm going to finish watching the film. Jake Lisco wants to stream later today. I said we would. I want to get other people in here. Sometimes we've had like subscribers and stuff be like, hey man, I'd love to join you and watch film. You know what? I'm down. I've had people say, let's play video games together. I'm like, let's go. I'm good. Let's do it. You want to watch film together? I'd like to bring on Bengal Sands to come watch some film. Like, let's get a Miles Murphy big day. And then I want to get like Max Murphy. Like, yo, Max, you want to come watch this? Let's watch the film and let's have a good time. I don't know if he's down. I don't know if he likes me. I don't know. We talk once in a while on Twitter, but I'm just saying, like, there's options here. We can do this. And Del Roth, yeah, I don't know anything about OBS. I just downloaded it 10 minutes before we started streaming. I watched a YouTube video on what I needed to download. I was ready to stream and I don't even know what I'm doing, man. Figuring it out. All right. We'll see you, boys. I don't even know how to end the stream, but we'll figure it out. There it is. There's a big button for it. Thanks, everyone.